Hello everyone, welcome back to Fluent English with Radio. Here you can find videos to help you grow and transform yourself starting today. You know that feeling, right? When you look at your life and think, this is not where I wanted to be. Maybe you're stuck in the same routine. Maybe you keep saying tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Maybe you watch other people move forward while you stay in the same place. Here's the truth. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just waiting for the perfect moment that will never arrive. Most people spend their whole lives waiting to feel ready, waiting to have more time, waiting to feel motivated. But here's what they don't understand. Motivation doesn't come first. Action does. Successful people are not special. They don't have secret energy that you don't have. They don't wake up every day feeling amazing. The only difference? They choose to start when everyone else is still waiting. So let me ask you something. What would happen if you gave yourself 6 months? Not 6 months of trying, not 6 months of hoping, but 6 months of actually doing it. 6 months of being serious with yourself. 6 months seems short, right? But think about this. 6 months ago, where were you? What were you doing? If you had started something back then, where would you be now? Time will pass anyway. The question is, will you pass with it or will you grow with it? You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start and you need to keep going. This is not about becoming a completely different person. This is about becoming the person you already are inside but have been too afraid to show. So what would happen if you give yourself 6 months? Part 1. Why 6 months? Before we start, let's ask a simple question. Why 6 months? Why not 1 or 12? There's a reason behind this number. 1. It's long enough to build, short enough to stay. Focused. 6 months is not a random number. It's not too short and it's not too long. It's the perfect amount of time for real change. Think about it. 1 month is not enough. You start feeling excited, you do well for 2 weeks, then life happens and you stop. 1 month doesn't give you time to fail and come back. It doesn't give you time to build something real. 1 year? That feels too far away. When you say, I'll change this year, it's easy to think you still have a lot of time. So you wait. You delay things. You tell yourself you'll start next month. Before you know it, 1 year has passed and you haven't done anything. But 6 months? 6 months creates the right kind of pressure. It's long enough that you can't make excuses. You can't say, I didn't have enough time. But it's short enough that you feel the clock ticking. You know you can't waste days. 6 months won't make you a genius. It won't make you perfect. But it will make sure you're not the same person you are today. Not in the way you think. Not in the way you react. Not in the way you act. 2. Your brain needs time to reprogram. There is something most people don't know. Your brain works like a computer. It has programs. These programs are your habits, your reactions, your automatic thoughts. When you want to change, you're basically trying to install new software. But your brain doesn't update in 1 day. It needs time. Scientists who study the brain have found something interesting. They call it neuroplasticity. It's a big word, but the idea is simple. Your brain can change. But it needs about 60 to 180 days to create new pathways. What does this mean for you? It means you can't learn to be a new person in just 2 weeks of feeling motivated. 2 weeks of going to the gym won't make you a fit person. 2 weeks of waking up early won't make you a morning person. 2 weeks of studying won't make you smart. But here's the good news. If you do small actions consistently for 6 months, something magical happens. Your brain starts to believe, this is who I really am now. At first, waking up early feels hard. Your brain fights you. It says, this is not normal. Go back to sleep. But after 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, waking up early becomes automatic. Your brain stops fighting. It accepts this as the new normal. Real change doesn't happen on the first day you start. It happens on the day you don't have to try anymore. When you don't need motivation to do the right thing, that's when you know you've changed. 3. You don't need perfect, you just need consistent. Let me tell you something that will free you. Change doesn't need to be perfect. You're going to have bad days, days when you don't want to do anything, days when you feel tired, confused, or lost, days when you think, maybe I'm not built for this. That's normal. That's part of the process. You don't need to win every single day, you just need to not quit. Think about it like this. Imagine you're building a house. Some days you put in a lot of work. You build a whole wall. Other days you only put in 3 bricks. Some days maybe you just show up and look at the house. But if you show up every day for 6 months, even on the days you only put in 3 bricks, you'll have a house at the end. But if you wait for the perfect day to build the whole thing, you'll never start. 6 months is a promise between you and yourself. I won't need motivation to do what's right. Motivation is a feeling. Feelings come and go. You can't build your life on feelings. You need something stronger. You need discipline. You need commitment. And commitment doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. Real change doesn't start from big, impressive actions. It starts from small decisions that you repeat long enough. So when people ask, why 6 months? The answer is simple. 6 months is long enough to prove that you are serious, and it is short enough to help you stay focused. It gives your brain enough time to accept the new you. It also gives you time to fail, learn, and try again. 6 months from now, you'll wish you had started today. Part 2. The 3 silent killers of change. You want to change. I know you do, but wanting is not enough, because there are 3 things that will kill your change before it even starts. These things are quiet. They don't make noise, but they're deadly. Let me show you what they are. 1. Self-doubt. This is the voice in your head that says you are not smart enough, you do not have what it takes, other people can do this but not you. And you have tried before and failed, so why would this time be different? Self-doubt makes you think the problem is you. It makes you believe that you are missing something that other people have, some special gift or some secret ability. But here's the truth. Everyone feels this way. The person you look up to, they have doubts too. The successful person you follow on social media, they have bad days too. The difference is not that they don't have doubts. The difference is that they do it anyway. Self-doubt is not a sign that you're not ready. It's a sign that you're about to do something new, something that matters. Your brain creates doubt to protect you. It wants to keep you safe, and the safest thing is to stay where you are. Don't try, don't risk, don't change. But safe doesn't mean happy. Safe doesn't mean growing. Safe doesn't mean becoming who you want to be. You don't need to be confident to start. You need to start to become confident. Think about learning to ride a bike. When you first got on, did you feel confident? No. You felt scared. You thought you might fall, and you probably did fall. But you kept trying, and one day you didn't fall anymore, and then riding a bike felt easy. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence is what you get after doing something enough times. So stop waiting to feel ready. Start before you're ready. The readiness will come. Second, inconsistency. This one is quiet but very dangerous. Inconsistency starts like this. In the first week, you are full of energy. You wake up early, eat healthy, and work hard. In the second week, you are still going strong and feel great. In the third week, you miss one day, then 2 days, and you tell yourself you will start again on Monday. By the fourth week, you have completely stopped. Does that sound familiar? Here is why inconsistency kills change. Change does not happen from doing something once or twice. It happens when you do it again and again until it becomes part of who you are. Imagine you're trying to create a path through a forest. The first time you walk through, you have to push through bushes and branches. It's hard. The second time, it's still hard, but a little easier. By the 10th time, there's a small path. By the 100th time, there's a clear road. But if you walk through once, then wait 3 weeks, then walk through again, the forest grows back. You have to start over every time. That's what happens with inconsistency. You start building the path, then you stop. The forest grows back, then you start again from zero. It's better to do something small every day than to do something big once a month. Small actions, repeated consistently, create massive change over time. Let me give you an example. Reading for 10 minutes every day becomes 60 hours in 6 months. Going to the gym 3 times a week becomes 72 gym sessions in 6 months. Writing 200 words a day becomes 36,000 words in 6 months, which is a small book. Small actions may not feel important when you do them, but after 6 months, they can completely change your life. The secret is not doing more. The secret is not stopping. 3. Overthinking. This is the one that feels smart but actually keeps you stuck. You start telling yourself things like you need to research more before you start, that you should make the perfect plan first, that you need to find the best way to do it, or that you might choose the wrong path. You spend weeks planning, reading articles, watching videos, making lists, and trying to create the perfect system. But you never actually start. Here's the problem. Overthinking makes you feel productive when you're actually procrastinating. Your brain tricks you. It says, "Look, you're working on it. You're planning." But planning is not doing. Thinking is not acting. The truth is, you can't think your way into change. You have to act your way into change. Yes, planning is important. But here's what most people don't understand. The best plan is the one you actually do. A perfect plan that you never start is worthless. An okay plan that you start today is gold. Done is better than perfect. You learn more from doing something for 1 week than from planning for 1 month. Because when you actually do it, you get real feedback. You see what works and what doesn't. You adjust. You improve. But if you just think and plan and research, you're just guessing. You're creating theories. And theories don't change your life. Action does. Stop asking, what's the best way? Start asking, what's the first step? Then take it. These 3 silent killers, self-doubt, inconsistency, and overthinking, work together. They keep you stuck and make you feel like you are trying when you are actually just standing still. But now you know what they are. And when you can see the enemy, you can fight it. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just scared. And fear disguises itself as procrastination. Fear disguises itself as not ready yet. Fear disguises itself as I need more time. But you don't need more time. You need to start. Part 3. The 6-month plan. Okay, so you understand why 6 months is the right time. You understand what's been stopping you. Now let's talk about what you're actually going to do. This is your roadmap. This is how you turn 6 months into the time that changes everything. First month, know where you are. You cannot get where you want to go if you do not know where you are right now. The first month is about being honest with yourself, really honest. Not the version you show to other people, not the version you post online, but the real version of you. Step 1. Start a daily journal. Every night, spend 5 to 10 minutes writing and ask yourself, what did I do today? How did I feel? What wasted my time? What made me feel good? Did I do what I said I would do? You do not need to write a lot. Just be honest. This helps you see patterns. You will start to notice things like, I always feel tired after scrolling social media for an hour, or I feel good when I wake up before 8 in the morning. Step 2. Clean your social media. You do not need to delete everything, but be smart. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad about yourself and those that waste your time. Follow people who inspire you to become better. Your environment shapes you. If you spend 2 hours a day watching people live perfect lives, you will feel worse about your own life. Change what you consume. Step 3. Identify one thing you want to change. Not 10 things. Not 5 things. Just one. What is the one change that would make the biggest difference? Maybe it is getting healthy, learning a new skill, building a business, becoming more confident, or fixing your sleep schedule. Choose one and write it down. Everything else is secondary. The goal of month 1 is to understand yourself. See where your time goes and know what you need to change. 2. Month 2. Discipline setup. Now you know what needs to change. Month 2 is about building the habits that will support that change. This is where most people fail. They try to change everything at once. They wake up one Monday and say, from now on, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., work out for 2 hours, eat perfectly, work 10 hours, and read for an hour before bed. By Wednesday, they're exhausted and quit. Don't do that. Start small. Here's what to do. 1. Fix your wake-up time. Choose a time and wake up at that time every day, even weekends. Your body needs consistency. Don't start with 5 a.m. if you normally wake up at 11 a.m. Start with something realistic, maybe 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. The exact time doesn't matter as much as being consistent. 2. Read for 10 minutes every day. Not social media, not news, books, articles, things that teach you something. 10 minutes is nothing. You cannot say you do not have time for 10 minutes, but 10 minutes every day adds up to 60 hours in 6 months. That is a lot of knowledge. 3. Move your body. You don't need to go to the gym for 2 hours. Just move. Go for a walk. Do some stretches. Do 10 push-ups. Physical movement changes your mental state. When your body feels good, your mind works better. 4. Remove one bad habit. What's one thing you do that you know is bad for you? Maybe it's staying up too late on your phone, eating junk food every night, saying yes to everything and having no time for yourself, complaining about everything. Pick one. Focus on stopping that one thing. The goal of month 2 is to build the basic habits that will support your big change. Wake up consistently. Read consistently. Move consistently. Month 3. Change how you see yourself. This is where it gets interesting. Month 3 is not about doing more things. It's about changing how you think about yourself. Most people fail at change because they still see themselves as the old person trying to act like a new person. That doesn't work. You need to become the new person. First, change your self-talk. Stop saying you're trying to be healthy, trying to wake up early, or trying to be productive. Start saying you're a person who takes care of your health, a morning person, someone who gets things done. It may sound small, but it's powerful. When you say, I'm trying, you tell your mind it's not really you yet. When you say, I am, you claim it as your identity. Next, keep your promises to yourself. This is the most important thing you can do. If you say you're going to do something, do it, even if it's small, even if no one else knows. When you break promises to yourself, you lose trust in yourself. You start thinking you can't rely on you. But when you keep promises to yourself, you build self-respect. You prove that you can do hard things. Finally, do something that scares you, not something dangerous, but something outside your comfort zone. Maybe it's posting your work online, starting a conversation with someone new, applying for that job you think you're not qualified for, or speaking up in a meeting. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. If you only do what feels comfortable, you stay the same person. The goal of month 3 is simple. Stop being the old you, trying to act different. Become the new you. Month 4. Learn something valuable. By now, you have discipline. You've built better habits. You see yourself differently, and you trust yourself more. Now it's time to take everything you've learned and use it to build a skill that will shape your future. Choose one skill to focus on. It should connect with the goal you set back in month 1. Maybe it's writing if you want to communicate better or grow a personal brand. Maybe it's public speaking if you want to build confidence. It could be coding if you want to work in tech. Sales if you dream of starting a business, English if you want more global opportunities, or design if creativity is your strength. Once you've chosen your skill, Commit to learning it every single day, even if only for 30 minutes. Consistency matters more than duration. Half an hour a day for months will take you much further than one long session each week. Learn by doing, not just by watching. Tutorials and books can guide you, but true growth happens when you practice. Make mistakes. Try again. That's how you actually improve. Surround yourself with people who are better than you. Observe them, ask questions, and pay attention to what makes them good. You don't have to copy everything, but you can adapt what works for you. Finally, track your progress. Write down what you've learned each week, what you've practiced, and how you've grown. It will remind you that progress is happening, even when it feels slow. Month 4 is all about building one skill that will benefit you for years. Month 5. Show your work. Month 5 may feel uncomfortable, but it is one of the most important parts of your journey. This is the stage where you take everything you have learned and let the world see it. Learning in private feels safe, but true growth begins when you step out of that comfort zone. When you allow others to see your progress, you also allow yourself to grow beyond your limits. Start by creating something real from the skill you developed in month 4. It could be a blog post, a project, a video, a presentation, a product, or even a small service. The goal is to make something that exists in the real world, something others can see, use, or experience. Once you have created it, share it. Post it online, send it to a few friends, or present it to your community. It will feel scary at first. You might worry about what others will think, but most people are too focused on their own lives to judge you. And the ones who do pay attention, many of them will support and encourage you. After sharing, ask for feedback. Don't disappear once you post something. Ask people what they liked and what could be improved. Honest feedback helps you see your blind spots and teaches you faster than learning alone ever could. Then repeat the process, create again, share again. Each time you do, you grow stronger and more confident. The fear fades and your courage grows. The goal of month 5 is to stop hiding and start showing your work. Growth begins when you choose to be seen. Month 6. Look back and level up. This is it, the final month. Month 6 is about looking back at how far you've come and getting ready for what's ahead. Start by reviewing your entire journey. Go back to your journal from month 1 and read what you wrote. Compare it to where you are now. Ask yourself, what has changed? What habits stayed with you? What did you learn about yourself? What are you proud of? What was harder or easier than you expected? Next, celebrate your wins. Seriously, take time to feel proud of what you've accomplished. Many people skip this part. They finish something hard and immediately move to the next thing. But celebrating teaches your brain that when you commit and complete something, it's rewarding. That makes it easier to stay consistent in the future. Then, identify what needs improvement. Be honest with yourself. What didn't go well? Which habits were difficult to maintain? Where did you fail? This isn't about guilt or disappointment. It's about growth. Failure only hurts when you don't learn from it. Finally, plan your next 6 months. You've proven that you can stay committed. Now it's time to think about the next step. Maybe you'll turn your new skill into income. Maybe you'll build on the habits you've formed. Maybe you'll focus on a different area of your life. Or maybe you'll help someone else start their own journey. The goal of month 6 is to appreciate your progress and set yourself up for even greater growth ahead. Here's the truth about these 6 months. They won't be easy. Some days you'll feel amazing. Some days you'll feel like quitting. But if you follow this plan, if you stay consistent, if you keep showing up even when you don't feel like it, 6 months from now, you won't recognize yourself. Not because you'll be perfect, but because you'll be someone who keeps their promises. Someone who finishes what they start. Someone who proved to themselves, I can do hard things. And that person can do anything. Let's be honest for a minute. I've given you this plan. I've explained why 6 months is the right time. I've told you what to do each month. But here's what I haven't told you yet. There will be days when you hate this. Days when you want to quit. Days when you look in the mirror and feel disappointed with yourself. This is normal. This is part of the process. And this is what separates people who actually change from people who just talk about changing. 1. The day you'll want to quit. It usually happens around month 3 or month 4. The excitement you had at the beginning starts to fade. You're no longer a beginner, so you've lost that fresh, new start energy. But you're also not seeing big results yet, which means the motivation that comes from success isn't there either. You're stuck in the quiet, uneventful middle where everything feels ordinary and progress seems invisible. One morning, you'll wake up and think to yourself, this isn't working. I'm not seeing results. Maybe I'm just not meant for this. Other people have it easier. In that moment, you'll want to stop. You'll want to go back to your old life, because at least the old life was familiar. At least you knew what to expect. But here's the truth you need to understand. This feeling doesn't mean something is wrong. It means something is finally starting to go right. 2. Change feels like death, because it kind of is. When you change, you're not just adding new habits. You're letting go of an old version of yourself. That old version of you wants to survive, so it fights back, whispering, "This is too hard. You don't need to change. You were fine before." That uncomfortable feeling you have? That's the old you dying and the new you being born. It's like a snake shedding its skin. It's necessary but never pleasant. Pain is the process of becoming someone new. When you feel like quitting, it doesn't mean you should stop. It means you've reached the exact point where most people give up. If you can push through this moment, you'll go further than most people ever do. 3. What successful people know that you need to learn. Successful people are not different from you. They get tired. They get bored. They want to quit too. The only difference is this. They understand that feeling unmotivated is part of the process, not a reason to stop. Most people think, I'll keep going as long as I feel motivated. Successful people think, I'll keep going especially when I don't feel motivated, because that's what builds real strength. Motivation is like the weather. Some days it's sunny, some days it's raining. You can't control it. But discipline is like having a roof over your head. The weather outside doesn't matter because you're protected. When you base your actions on motivation, you're weak. One bad day and you fall apart. But when you base your actions on commitment, you're strong. Bad days don't stop you. They're just part of the journey. Successful people don't give up. They understand that boredom is the test to see who really wants to change. 4. How to keep going when you don't want to. Okay, so you understand that wanting to quit is normal, but knowing that doesn't make it any easier. When that moment comes, you need reminders that help you keep moving forward. Start by remembering why you began. Go back to your notes or journal from the first month and reread your thoughts. Remember what you wanted and why it mattered so much to you back then. You didn't start this because it was easy. You started because staying the same was harder. When everything feels too heavy, make it smaller. You don't have to do more, just do something. If an hour of exercise feels impossible, try 10 minutes. If writing 500 words feels too much, write 50. If a full chapter feels long, read 1 page. Tiny steps still move you forward, and often once you start, you'll want to keep going. Don't carry it alone. Talk to someone who truly supports you. Say it out loud when you're struggling. A real friend will remind you how far you've come and help you notice the progress you can't see yourself. Then look for evidence that things are changing. Your brain might try to convince you that nothing's different, but that's not true. Are you waking up more consistently than before? Have you learned things you didn't know 3 months ago? Are there habits you've maintained that you would have dropped in the past? Progress is often quiet and invisible, but it's always there if you take the time to notice. And finally, remember that this is the test. Every goal has a moment that asks, do you really want this, or were you just curious? Most people give up right before the breakthrough. Don't be one of them. When you feel like quitting, tell yourself, this is just the test. If I push through this, I win. 5. The truth about bad days. Here's something that will help you. You're allowed to have bad days. This is not about being perfect for 6 months. This is about not quitting for 6 months. Bad days don't break you. Quitting breaks you. You can have a day where you don't feel motivated. That's okay. Just don't let 1 day become 3 days. Don't let 3 days become a week. 1 bad day is just a bad day, but a week of bad days is a choice. The difference between people who change and people who don't is not that one group never struggles. It's that one group keeps going anyway. You don't need to be strong every day. You just need to be strong enough not to quit. Even small efforts on bad days count. Finishing a simple task, showing up for yourself, or trying again tomorrow, all of these moments build strength. Progress grows quietly in those ordinary days when giving up seems easier. 6. A final thought on hard days. It would be untrue to say that the process becomes easier. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. But here's what I can promise you. You get stronger. The things that felt impossible in month 1, by month 4 they feel normal. The discipline you had to force in the beginning, later it becomes automatic. You don't change because everything gets easier. You change because you get stronger. And then hard things don't break you anymore. So when you feel like quitting, remember, this is not happening to you. This is happening for you. Every moment you want to quit but don't, that's building a version of you that can't be stopped. 6 months. That's all that is needed. Not your whole life, not forever, just 6 months of being serious with yourself. 6 months without excuses. 6 months of keeping promises. 6 months of doing what you said you would do. You don't need 6 months of perfection. You only need 6 months of not giving up. This is not about becoming someone else. It's about finding who you already are, under all the fear, doubt, and excuses. That person has always been there, just waiting for a chance to appear. 6 months can be that chance. It won't be easy. You won't feel motivated every day. Some people won't understand or support you. But if you truly commit to these 6 months, you'll surprise yourself. You'll see how strong you are. You'll prove that you're not weak, not broken, not behind, just someone who finally decided to start. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't plan for weeks. Don't wait for Monday. Start today, right now. Pick one small thing and do it. Maybe write one short paragraph about where you are now. Maybe delete one app that wastes your time. Maybe set your alarm for tomorrow. Just do one small thing that shows you're serious. 6 months from now, you'll look back at this moment and feel one of two things: regret for not starting, or pride that you did. The time will pass anyway. The choice is yours. 6 months to change everything, not because you'll be perfect, but because you'll finally keep your word. To yourself, are you ready? Then let's begin.